What's going on, guys? This is Kyle from Lame Genie, the video game cover band on YouTube. I had a delivery come in, and I don't know if you notice anything different about me. Maybe this will tip you off a little bit. Whoa! So I got the VSX from Steven Slate.
Hey, it's a good thing we're not trying to demo fucking products here.
So I got these slates in a couple days ago, and I've been working on them. And they've really transformed my mixing game. I mean, I used to have mixes that sounded like this. And then with VSX, they sound like this. I'm pretty blown away at the sense of space that you get with these things. But one thing that I don't like about the headphones themselves is the workflow. I feel like because I use Sonarworks and I use my speakers a lot, I don't really like to have to question whether I'm listening to the Sonarworks software or the Slate VSX software. So I came up with this cool workaround in Reaper. You know, Reaper is the best. Anyone that says otherwise does not use Reaper. So I came up with this really cool workaround in Reaper to kind of mess with the routing on the monitor effects. So you have your main speakers that are going out 1 and 2 are only running Sonarworks. And then you also have a separate output. For me, I'm using 5.6 on my audio interface that is connected only to the headphones. So that way, when I put my headphones on, I know these are VSX only. And when I'm listening to my speakers, I know that it's Sonarworks only. Let's jump into Reaper quick, and I'll show you how I have that all set up. It's pretty cool. All right, so we're here in Reaper. It's very basic. This is my empty project that I start whenever I start a new session. I just have a couple of reference tracks in here that I was experimenting with when using VSX. So let me just show you quick how I have this set up. Let me bring the mixer up right here. So on my master, I just have my analog out, but the way Reaper works is cool is you have this monitor effects up here, and that comes into place. So the way the channel strip works on the master fader, it's your master effects, you set your hardware output, your fader, and then before this master track leaves and gets to your speakers, it runs through these monitor effects. And what's cool about that in Reaper is you can have these monitor effects on at all times, and it doesn't affect the sound of the bounce because the bounce is happening before it hits these plugins. For example, I have tonal balance control always on my monitor effects, followed by an instance of Sonarworks to correct my room. So that way, I know tonal balance control is not being affected by the Sonarworks, but I'm only hearing that out of the speakers. It's the same kind of thing. So what I'm going to do here is I want to add my VSX instance. There's Steven. All right, so let me set, cool. Okay, so I'm in Steven's mix room right now. So what happens here, if I leave it the chain like this, you have tonal balance control, sonar, and then sonar is coloring the sound of VSX, and you don't want that. You want VSX to be as clean as possible. So what you can do is this plugin in Reaper called Channel Router with Polarity. This plugin I use all the time. What this plugin does, first of all, is you can have an input source like channel 1 and 2, and then from there you can split it out to any other stereo pair that you want, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever. So what that will essentially do is bypass all the plugins behind it that aren't routed to those channels. So for example, with this channel router with polarity, I'm going to have the input channels be 1 and 2. So 1 and 2 is coming right out of my master fader here. So then it's going to come in 1 and 2, and the output channels I'm going to change to 5 and 6. The reason I'm using 5 and 6 is sometimes if I'm doing any kind of side chaining to the master bus, which is very rare, but sometimes you do it. If you do side chaining to the master bus, that will be channel 3 and 4, and I'm kind of just want to avoid any issues that may happen. I don't know if it would or not, but 5 and 6 is free, so why not use it? So what that is essentially going to do is, since Sonarworks is the pins are set to only accept channels 1 and 2, this channel 5 and 6 is going to go right through it without as if it's not even there. So what you can do next is you go right into Steven's VSX, go into your pins, untick the inputs for 1 and 2 because you don't want it to be 1 and 2 anymore. Now you want it to be 5 and 6. So what that essentially does is it goes through here, skips Sonarworks, and goes right into Steven's plugin. So on my audio interface, you have this little mixer before it hits your speakers. Here's my microphone working its butt off. So what I have is for my, I think I have it on Q. Yep. So here's your master mix. The DAW1 is being sent out here. So this is going right to my speakers. I have QA set to be my second headphone input on the Audient. So what's that is essentially doing is it's taking in 5, 6 from the DAW, and if you remember, 5 and 6 is where we sent our VSX to output. So that is only going to be my headphone. So that way I have my speakers, which is Sonarworks, and my headphone, which is VSX. That way you don't have to worry about bypassing this every time you want to listen to your speakers, or the way that Slate suggests is by using this. You don't want to have to do that every time. You don't want to have to keep checking back to your monitor effects to make sure that you're listening to the right thing when you listen to your speakers versus the headphones. It just doesn't make sense to me to work that way. So I just figured Reaper had to have a solution to this problem that I have. So that's it. It's pretty simple. Reaper's routing is just so forgiving that you can do things like this, and in the monitor effects, it saves for every project you're in. So this setup is something that I could use for past projects without any other setup besides this. Super easy, super awesome, and I'm looking forward to cranking out some mixes with these VSXs. So make sure you like, subscribe, check back every single Tuesday where we release new videos, new music videos, new high production stuff, and hopefully our mixes get a little better with these VSXs on. All right, guys, see ya. Hey, what's going on, guys? Kyle here from Lame Genie. I've been sick.